Have you ever found yourself in a conversation and suddenly a quiet moment descends? That brief pause, often met with an internal panic as you desperately search for something, anything to say. That familiar feeling of awkward silence, a vacuum that we feel compelled to fill. It's as if not speaking is a sign of failure, a social misstep that must be immediately corrected. We worry about what the other person might be thinking. Are they bored? Do they find me uninteresting? Is this conversation dying? Our minds race, fabricating worst-case scenarios. But what if this frantic need to avoid silence stems from a fundamental misunderstanding? What if silence isn't a void to be filled, but a space to be understood? From a young age, we're taught that good communication means constant verbal exchange. Classrooms, social gatherings, even media all reinforce the idea that talking is primary. This ingrained belief creates an invisible pressure. We feel obligated to perform, to entertain, to always have an answer or a witty remark ready at hand. The fear of judgment during silence is potent. We imagine the other person's internal monologue, assuming it's negative, when often they might be feeling the exact same pressure. This fear isn't about the silence itself, but about our interpretation of it. We project our anxieties onto the quiet moments, turning them into perceived threats. Our modern world rarely allows for stillness. We're constantly bombarded with information, noise, and the expectation of immediate engagement. Silence feels unnatural. Yet, stillness is where true connection often begins. It's in the quiet spaces that we can truly listen, observe, and understand beyond words. The false belief that silence equals rejection is a powerful one. We equate verbal absence with emotional distance, when it can actually be a sign of comfort and closeness. Think about your closest relationships. Are they filled with constant chatter, or are there moments of shared, comfortable quiet that deepen your bond? To truly avoid awkward silence, we must first embrace the art of active listening. This means giving the other person your full attention, not just waiting for your turn to speak. When you genuinely listen, your responses become more thoughtful, more authentic, and less driven by the fear of emptiness. Silence then becomes a natural pause, not an emergency. Practice presence. Instead of mentally rehearsing your next line, simply be in the moment. Observe the other person's body language, their expressions, the subtle cues they send. When a silence falls, allow it to be. Take a breath. Look around. This small act can shift the energy from frantic to calm, inviting natural connection. Shift your focus from "what am I feeling" and observing right now. This internal shift can dissolve much of the pressure. When you approach conversations with curiosity rather than an agenda, the need to fill every gap diminishes. You become a participant, not a performer. A genuine question, asked with sincere interest, can be far more powerful than a string of forced anecdotes. It invites the other person to share, shifting the conversational load. These questions don't have to be profound. What have you been enjoying lately? Or anything interesting happened this week? Can open doors naturally. Understand that pauses are a natural part of human communication. They allow for processing, for thought, for a moment to simply exist together. Like the rhythm of music, silence provides contrast and emphasis. Without it, speech would become a monotonous drone, losing its impact and meaning. Let go of the myth that you always need to entertain. Your value in a conversation isn't measured by your ability to keep a monologue going. True connection comes from authenticity, from being genuinely present, even when no words are exchanged. It's about shared space, not shared performance. Observe those who are comfortable with silence. Notice how they don't rush, how their presence remains steady, how they exude a calm confidence. It's not about memorizing lines, but internalizing a more relaxed approach to interaction. Instead of scrambling for words, try a simple, empathetic nod, a warm smile, or maintaining gentle eye contact. These nonverbal cues speak volumes. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm comfortable being with you in this moment, whatever it holds. The next time silence falls, try to pause, breathe, observe, and if a genuine question or thought arises, share it. If not, simply be present. Awkward silence isn't something to avoid, but a signal to slow down, to connect more deeply, and to trust in the quiet magic of human interaction.